thought that was a funny comment. Now I find out it's true.
No, I mean, and speaking of, I mean, I was a hardcore athlete my whole life, and when I got this movie, I was like, this is going to be, you know, piece of cake, and I didn't train, I didn't do anything, and we had cheerleading boot camp, and I just thought the whole thing was going to be a bunch of BS. Literally, a couple nights, I was like, near tears because I couldn't get this stuff. It was so physically and emotionally draining, and the amount of time and effort that these people put into it is ridiculous. I mean, I trained my whole life for basketball, soccer, softball, track, and I don't think I worked as hard on those things as I did for this movie.
But is that a criterion for making something a sport, hard work? I mean, people work hard on a lot of things. How many of you work hard? Is it a sport you're working at? No, I mean... Working hard in an athletic kind of way. Yeah, I mean, you know what I mean?
There is skill involved.
There's skill involved in many things. Golf is not a sport. There's skill there.
My criterion is if I tried it, would I be in bed for a week? It's a sport.
Yeah, that is a sport.
Well, and it's not just, it's not, Bruce had something. I don't want to stop that.
I could say that about Brad Pitt, but that doesn't make him a sport. I mean.
You're saying
you have to draw the line somewhere. It's an athletic discipline. It's as much of a discipline as synchronized swimming or any of the other new sports that have come along, I think.
And I don't know how it will affect Title IX, which I thought was an Ed Wood movie, you know, from outer space. But it's men and women. There are a lot of men, probably as many as women. Are you thinking of the old, let's go, let's go?
You think of cheerleading as a social activity with a bunch of popular girls, bubble-headed blondes, you know, running around with short little skirts and their butts hanging out. It's not that. Believe me, it's
but I understand.
Not that.
I mean,
this isn't like the Raiderettes.
No, but it's like the Rockettes.
Not quite. I mean, these are like hardcore athletes. It ranges from the popular kids to the most nerdy girl, I mean, and everything in between. It's not a social activity. These are hardcore athletes who, you know, put in hours and money to, you know, to be
steroid cheerleaders?
Probably, I would imagine.
That I'd like to see.
Well, if they're really hardcore athletes, why aren't they playing the sport itself instead of the people cheering on the people playing the sport?
Well, a lot of cheerleaders don't just cheer. They play soccer or basketball or whatever else.
It's tight end.
It depends on the season. If you're playing soccer in the spring and you're not cheering for baseball, you'd be able to participate in other sports as well.
And this is where the Title IX comes in. Then they can have their women's sports. They can play women's basketball, track. And speaking of costumes, they are quite provocative. I may be old-fashioned. I would sooner see them wear nothing at all than dress the way they're dressed. Am I right? Bruce, even you have to agree with me on that.
My gaydar just went up.
Oh,
yeah, right.
Stop. You're still attracted to a pretty young lady. Don't kid me.
I assure you, he's not. But
you never know.
Well, let's change these.
Terry Strug's looking good.
But then, I mean, where does it end? Fans? Are they? I mean, because I've had fans on this show who were claiming that they were really part of the team.
Oh, with the painted face.
With the painted face and yes. And you know, I mean, don't we have to draw a line between the people in the arena and the people who are cheering on the people in the arena? Isn't there...
If the average fan was doing the kind of stunts that you see in our movie and you know, the splits and the tumbling and the, you know, the complicated dance routines, sure, you know, yeah, if that's what the average fan was doing, but they're not. They're this, and yeah, he's blind, or that's, chugging beer. That's not a sport, but cheerleading with the way that
not the way I play it, honey.
The way it has evolved over the last few years, you know, 10 years. Yeah,
it's discipline. I can see
it's
that.
Incredible, yeah.
Okay. Well, we've settled that one. We have to take a break. We'll be right back. Hey, I know why you're excited. The United Nations Millennium Summit is today. I know. It's hard to keep it under control, but 150 world leaders, everyone showed up there in the United Nations in New York. Everyone from Putin of Russia to Jiang Zemin of China to Fidel Castro of Cuba. It was a virtual who's who of world leaders. In fact, George W. Bush said to his aide, "Hey, who's who?" You know, asked for a further comment on this whole Bush gaffe, John Rocker today said, "Thank God I'm no longer the only major league." We were sort of debating what is a sport and what isn't. Hunting is something I think some people think is a sport. I hate hunting because I love animals, although no one's ever proved a charge. And this comes up annually because, you know, the Make-A-Wish Foundation, which is a wonderful organization for kids who are unfortunate and they want a final wish. And some of them want to go kill something. And no, because hunting is a big thing in a lot of the country, and they say, hey, for my final wish, I want to go and kill a bear. Okay. So the new policy from the Make-A-Wish people is that they can't do it. They say anything but hunting, and they're saying it because it's dangerous. Well, I mean, you know, this is not a really big problem with the kid in question.
Really?
So that's a lie. I'm just telling you, I'm just keeping it real. And
dangerous for them if he misses.
Yeah.
And they're there.
The truth is, they got a lot of pressure from the animal groups, and I say good. Animal groups should have pressured them into this. I mean, how awful a message to send a kid. Oh, take the life of something else that doesn't deserve to have his life taken.
Well, you're sending it to a dying kid. I mean, I think if he's dying, let him take something out with him. They'll meet him on the other side. They'll resolve this.
I hope you're joking.
I am. Well, I suppose I'm joking, but I mean, the kid's dying. He's not going to learn anything.
Well, what about the animal?
The animal is dying. There's no question about that. No question about that. I'm glad you're clear on this point. I'm glad you asked me, because I wanted to clear it up for you.
I find it sad that a young, sick person would want to take a gun and shoot something.
Exactly.
I have kind of high cholesterol. I'd like to shag flies at Dodger Stadium when the Cardinals come to town. Some things you don't get to do. I could go like that. One more milkshake and I'm gone. But, you know, you draw a line. You can't go...
I'm old enough sick and I want to kill something. So there you go.
But, Phil, isn't it true that the Make-A-Wish people also say you can't even do target practice? Can't use a bow and arrow against a target? I mean, isn't this a little ridiculous? Is there a problem in this country with kids with terminal illnesses and guns? I mean, the truth is they're not a threat to this country.
I think the problem is kids and guns. Whether they're dying, it's kids and guns, I think, is the problem.
I'm sorry, a kid... It is not a threat to this nation to allow a sick child to go hunting or to do target practice. Or
it's a threat to the bear.
It's a threat.
What about the bear?
Well,
the kid is already gone. I don't really care about the kid. I care about the bear.
Well, the kid's already gone, Bill.
Well,
I mean,
yes, that's why he's getting this wish.
I'm sorry. I thought I'm supposed to be the person without any compassion as the conservative here, and then you say that.
I have compassion for the bear.
Not for the kid.
Well, I do, but I can't do anything about the kid. The kid...
Well, you can. You can say that Make-A-Wish and allow him to have the final wish he wants.
Well, I don't say that to the kid.
All right.
Make another damn wish.
That's what they told me when I took my glove down to Dodger Stadium. I'm sorry. The target practice is okay. We could have a volunteer. Bruce could volunteer. Take a shoot at Bruce Vilanch. He's a volunteer. And add it in your book.
or from Bruce Vilanch. Anyway, the point is...
I'm with you. The bear shouldn't have to die so this kid can
but target practice is okay.
Can die happy. Target practice? No, because he might hit the bear. He might hit the thing. Don't you understand?
Get the bear from behind the target. They're intelligent.
Oh, just target. We're not using the bear as a target.
Oh,
I'm sorry, Captain. We towed over our line.
Okay, so do we say no more steaks as the last meal for executed prisoners, too? I mean, how far do we want to take this?
What a good point that is, yes.
Did a child kill the cow with a gun?
Yeah.
Point blank range? Is that? I mean, like,
well,
where are you going?
That out.
It doesn't.
I mean, like, where are you going with this?
To the cow, it doesn't matter.
It's irrelevant.
To the cow, it doesn't
You don't
matter.
give children dying or vibrant, whatever, guns. Target practice, putting guns in the hands of children, is just wrong.
Gabrielle, there are children.
What kind of sick little weirdo wants to kill something as they're dying? You know, the kind of
of passage.
Exactly.
I mean, I understand this is California, and
you go, girl.
And we have. I understand this is California, and we have these wonderful sensibilities.
Omaha. I mean, I'm from Omaha. I'm a beef eater.
You're also from Pleasanton, California, up in the Bay Area.
Well,
so that's right. But the thing is that, you know, we have these we were talking before. Now you pay for it, right? But I mean, you know, the thing is, we're taking these California values that we have, and we're imposing them on people who live in different parts of the country.
California values?
California.
I grew up in New Jersey, and
I'm just saying there are people in the Midwest for whom hunting is a rite of passage. And
they're wrong, okay? Just because they're from the Midwest doesn't mean it came down from God.
And not in the West and other places, and they have. You know, there are things that we do here that they consider sort of crazy, and I can just say I believe in diversity.
Is not killing. Yes, we eat sprouts. That's crazy.
I eat meat.
Yeah.
All right. We have so much in common.
You know?
All right, I got to take a break now. I can tell this. I can see where this is going.
Join us tomorrow when our guest will be actor Anthony Anderson, from Highlander Adrian Paul, and conservative rapper Latina Guard.
Now, the big controversy with the debates is the debates. They are debating about where to debate. George Bush probably doesn't want to be seen by too many people in too many places. He wants to have one debate on CNN, only on CNN, another one on NBC, only on NBC. Although with the language he's using lately, they think it should be on HBO. Okay. We were talking about my favorite people in the world, animals. And what kind of special privileges some people should get. You'll be interested in this. In West Hollywood, there is a new bill, and he's very cute. No, I'm kidding.
You're retiring. You're giving up the title of the cute bill.
That says, this bill says that, you know, in apartment buildings where people are not allowed to have pets, if someone is an AIDS sufferer, they are allowed to break that rule and have a pet. Which brings up the question, why just them? Because there's lots of people who are suffering from lots of things, but they don't get to break the rules. All right, our next issue. I see no one wants to go near that.
I think somebody would be afraid of a backlash. That, I mean, let's face it, there could be some foolish landlords who decide they don't want to rent to gay people with a bill like that. It just doesn't seem like the smartest thing to me to do. I love pets, too, believe it or not. And I'd like to see more landlords allow people to have pets, but I just think that this is not a shrewd move.
But you don't really love pets because you want to kill the bear.
Bears aren't pets, Bill.
I know, but that's the point, is that, you know, it's just the ones that aren't cute that are okay to kill.
I don't want to see bears be killed, but I do. I'm somebody who believes in other people's rights. That's all.
Rights?
Rights. That's correct. Rights to do things that I myself wouldn't do, because it's a big country and we have room for people to do different things. That's correct.
But when it... I couldn't agree with that more, and we'll get back to the AIDS thing, but when it involves killing another physical being, don't you think that infringes on that right? Doesn't rights end where...
You know, bears don't have rights in the Constitution.
I know. That's right.
Bears
are not in the Constitution.
Bears aren't people. No, but I'm saying bears
you know
are
what?
not...
Blacks weren't in the Constitution either.
Bingo. And on that same note, didn't Jeffrey Dahmer start out killing cats?
Every evil person in the world starts out torturing animals.
Well, there's... I mean, let's just say there's a difference between... I mean, when you look at the way the law treats animals, they treat pets differently than they treat wild animals. I mean, that's just the way it is. I mean, anybody who tortures cats, you can't do anything rotten enough to them. But there's a difference between hunting wildlife and torturing pets. I'm sorry if you don't understand it, but that's the case. And, you know,
blowing an animal's, like, brains out and guts out all over, you know.
I'll just say, you know, other animals...
That's okay.
Other animals...
But torturing a cat is
not something
different.
Yes, it is.
Torturing the cast of cats is okay.
I don't understand.
But, you know, I want to say something else. You know, bears kill. I mean, certain kinds of bears kill, and of course, animals kill other animals.
Yes, they do.
So it's okay to kill animals, but once kids start shooting humans, then you say, come on, hold it. Enough is enough.
Yeah.
One more human, and then you go home, and you're going to bed. And you're not going to Disneyland.
Okay. All right.
All right. Now, cats in Hollywood.
We ran out of time for that segment.
Oh, my gosh. I want to know if I should move to West Hollywood.
If you're planning to be in the Los Angeles area and would like free tickets to Politically Incorrect, call 323-575-4321.
All right, there's your book, Trevor. There's Bruce's book. Who would you rather see run for president? All right.
Well, this guy's from the Westminster Kennel Club.
All right, tomorrow, Anthony
And we just heard
Anderson.
Bruce's Make-A-Wish what it would be, and it shocked Bill, even. So,